Aaron Taylor Johnson, who has been frequently mentioned as a potential successor to Daniel Craig in the iconic role of the British spy James Bond, has struggled to make a significant impact with his latest portrayal in the film Kraven the Hunter. This superhero spin-off dives into the backstory of one of Spider-Man's notorious adversaries, yet it has failed to captivate audiences. Since its release on December 13, the film has experienced a disappointing box office performance. It managed to collect a mere £49 million, approximately $60 million, globally, which pales in comparison to its production budget of around £87 million. The initial response in the United States was particularly lackluster, with the film grossing only £9 million, $11 million, during its opening weekend, despite being screened in over 3,200 theaters. The international markets also didn't fare much better, as it brought in just £12 million, $15 million, across 60 different territories. The disappointing financial performance of Kraven the Hunter has firmly established it as the worst opening in the history of Sony's universe of Marvel characters. This disheartening news comes just 10 months after the release of Madam Web, which starred Dakota Johnson and managed to garner a meager £80 million at the global box office, a figure that was considered underwhelming at best. The stark figures from Kraven the Hunter have raised alarm bells among Hollywood executives, many of whom are now questioning the viability of the film's leading actor in terms of mainstream appeal. There is a growing concern that his recent performances may not resonate with wider audiences, particularly when it comes to carrying the weight of a major franchise such as the James Bond series. This situation has sparked a heated debate within industry circles regarding his suitability for such an iconic role. A producer with experience collaborating with actresses from the Bond franchise reflects on the situation, stating to DailyMail.com, "Kraven has been a real disaster for Sony and a profoundly tough break for Aaron. It is not that he was bad in the film or had no screen presence, but the script just didn't appeal to fans." The bigger question is how this impacts how producers in town, and especially Bond executives, view him. They continued, "It was his big lead role. With well-known A-listers there is a sense that not every film is a win, but when it's someone of Aaron's stature questions are asked. People will ask whether Aaron has that mainstream appeal or if this was just a blip." Pierce Brosnan previously threw his support behind the BAFTA-nominated star, whose breakout role was playing John Lennon in 2008 film Nowhere Boy, which was directed by his now-wife Sam Taylor Johnson. Brosnan, 71, who played the intelligence agent in GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough and Die Another Day, said he believes his former co-star has the chops to take on the mantle. "I would definitely tip my hat to the fellow," he said last year. "I think the man has the chops and the talent and the charisma to play Bond, very much so."